Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving deep into the script excerpts for Chapter 15, Nighthawks.
Yeah, Nighthawks. And it definitely feels like nighttime for Riverdale here.
Absolutely. If you thought things were dark before, this chapter really feels like a turning point, doesn't it?
It really does. It's where, the usual paths, the legitimate paths to getting things done, they just seem completely blocked.
Totally. And it forces everyone into these really murky gray areas, moral compromises left and right.
Precisely. Our mission here is kind of synthesizing all that. We've got these intense plot points, the legal stuff, the corporate plays, and just some really deep personal trauma.
And we want to track how the characters change because of it. It's not just plot moving forward.
No, it's like their core ideals start to corrode, maybe.
Yeah.
We're looking at the price tag on every single win they managed to scrape together in this chapter.
And based only on these script sources, try and figure out where this is all heading for the rest of the season. Those foundation tracks you mentioned are looking pretty alarming already.
Definitely. Okay, so quick recap for everyone listening. The setup from the previously on parts of the source.
Right. Fred Andrews, Archie's dad, shot by this masked guy, the Angel of Death.
F.P. Jones, Jughead's dad, is locked up, facing some serious charges tied into the whole Jason Blossom mess.
And the town itself is just on edge.
Yeah.
Completely reeling from the violence. That small town safety bubble popped.
And that anxiety gets physical fast. The immediate crisis hits the most iconic place in town, Pop's chocolate shop.
Ugh, yeah. The script opens with this really chilling image, right? Pop's is vandalized.
Described as the latest casualty in the town's ongoing battle against darkness. It's not just graffiti, it feels like an attack on their shared history.
In Pop Date, he's just defeated.
Completely. He tells Betty and Jughead, basically this is it. The vandalism, staff quitting, no customers.
You thinking of closing? Like within a week, maybe?
Yeah, not even a week is the quote. It's immediate, it's serious, this isn't some distant threat.
And the reactions from Betty and Jughead are fascinating right out of the gate. So different.
Totally. Jughead is just overwhelmed. He literally says he can't take on saving another place.
After the drive-in disaster.
Exactly. He failed the Twilight Drive-In, spectacularly he feels, and now he sees Pop's closing as just another personal failure. Plus, he's got his dad's situation looming.
So he's ready to just let it go.
Pretty much. He's in surrender mode. But Betty...
Oh, Betty's the opposite. She refuses. Flat out.
And it comes from such a deep personal place for her. You see this in the script. Pop's isn't just a diner.
No, it's like a scrapbook of her entire life. She lists everything.
It's beautiful, actually. Orange freezes with my mom and Polly after ballet.
Chicken noodle soup with my dad after ice skating.
Grilled cheeses with Archie on the last day of summer vacation. It's all anchored there.
And she connects it to her friends, too, right? Meeting Veronica there, meeting Jughead.
Yeah, she explicitly says, it's where I met you for the first time, V. It's where I met you for the first time, also Jug. It's about preserving those connections.
She frames it as, he may lose his dad, but maybe I can save this one place for him. For all of us.
It's incredibly powerful. She's fighting the darkness tangibly. Saving the diner is like punching back at everything bad that's happening. It's an emotional stand.
So, fueled by this, they decide to try the official channels first.
Right, the quote-unquote legit route. Betty and Jughead go to Mayor McCoy.
With ideas, landmark status, a pop stay, things that sound like, actual community support.
They're asking the system to protect its own culture, basically.
And Mayor McCoy's response is just, wow.
It's stunning. Not just no, but like an active willingness to let it die.
She's worried about safety, she says. What if someone else gets shot there?
Exactly. Her priority isn't history or community spirit. It's avoiding bad PR, which leads her to say,
if you have to close, Pops, I'm all for it. Just cold.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
And that right there is maybe the first huge lesson of this chapter, isn't it?
Yeah. The official power structure, the mayor, is choosing the appearance of safety over actually fighting for the town's soul. Sacrifice the hard to avoid a headline.
And Jughead picks up on this immediately. He's already sensitive to this stuff because of FP.
He connects the dots. He pivots straight from Pop Date to his dad.
Challenges her directly. Are you also all for shipping my dad off to a state prison for a murder that he didn't commit?
Hits her right where it hurts.
Yeah.
Can she intervene? Can she talk to the state attorney?
And her answer is just political deflection, boilerplate stuff about FP making mistakes, getting a fair hearing.
Which tells Jughead everything he needs to know. She's not lifting a finger.
Nope. And his reaction is so potent. That warning he gives her.
Oh, yeah. looking her right in the eye.
Mayor McCoy, you remember this moment? Because this is the moment that you turned your back on both Pop Tate and my father.
Chills, that's huge for Jughead's arc. That's him deciding the system is the enemy.
Completely. It pushes him towards the Serpents as the only group that might actually do something. The official path is closed.
While this political stuff is failing, Veronica's trying a different angle. The fundraiser.
Yeah, the retro night idea. Trying to use commerce and community spirit. But then
News breaks. Pops is being sold anyway to an anonymous buyer.
the plot thickens. And the buyer reveal. Not subtle.
Chugmo, a liquor store chain.
Generic. Soulless. Veronica calls it unacceptable. And she's right. It's not just closure anymore.
It's replacement, erasure, swap out history for cheap booze.
So that sets up the conflict perfectly. You've got Betty's emotion, Veronica's event planning.
Versus Mayor McCoy's apathy and Chugmo's corporate greed, and the kid's good intentions.
Totally ineffective against those forces, which forces Jughead's hand even more, especially regarding FP.
Right, let's shift to that. The legal nightmare FP is actually facing. The script lays it out pretty starkly.
It's bad. The lawyer lists the charges: arson, destroying evidence, false confession, obstruction.
And that horrifying line, dumping a dead kid in the river.
These are heavy felonies, compounding, tied to the biggest murder case the town's ever seen.
And the potential sentence. It's terrifying. The lawyer says the deal is strong.
20 years, that's the deal.
And if they fight it, go to trial and lose.
The script mentions 40 years. 40.
So life, basically. Jughead tells Archie he's just really, really scared.
Yeah.
You feel that desperation.
Absolutely. Which makes his first idea almost understandable, even though it's nuts.
The jailbreak, inspired by Escape from Alcatraz.
Yeah. He actually suggests it to Tallboy. Says the sheriff's station has worse security than Riverdale High.
Which might actually be true, knowing Riverdale High.
Probably. But Tallboy, he's the pragmatist. He shuts that down immediately.
No heroics needed. He tells Jughead to find a snake handler.
Which leads us to Penny Peabody, the snake charmer.
Ooh, yeah. This introduction feels significant. What do we learn about her?
Works on low overhead. Her livelihood depends on snakes. This isn't your standard lawyer.
No, she's embedded in the serpent world, a criminal consultant almost.
And she cuts right to the chase. She tells Jughead, look, legally, there are no loopholes for what FP did.
But there's another way, a non-legal path.
Exactly. Mercy. Forgiveness. If the victim's family, the Blossoms, forgive FP in court.
And maybe he gets time served, parole, instead of 20 years.
That's the potential path she offers. Which means Jughead needs Cheryl Blossom's help. Seems impossible.
And the payment. How does Penny handle that?
This is critical. She does it for free. For now.
Oh,
Big O. She says, one day, maybe, you do me a favor.
that is chilling. An open-ended debt to a snake charmer?
And Jughead, desperate to save his dad, just takes the deal. He walks right into it.
Thinking about the source material logic? Low overhead. Depends on snakes. This isn't about money, is it?
Unlikely. It means she trades in favors services, often illegal ones, you'd assume. She's investing in Jughead.
Is a future asset. Someone who owes her.
Exactly. Someone who's now stepped outside the legal system and can be called upon. This debt is way more dangerous than cash.
FP knows it. His reaction when Jughead tells him. Pure terror.
He's furious. Tells Jughead, do not contact her again. If she reaches out, don't respond.
And that final warning.
You do not want to be in bed with the snake charmer. FP understands the real price. He'd rather do the time himself than let Jughead get entangled.
Wow. So Jughead finds a way around the broken legal system, but he steps right into another trap. The criminal underworld's trap.
Yep. The theme of moral compromise hits hard here. He got a potential path, but the cost is yet to be determined and likely very high.
Okay, while Jughead's dealing with lawyers and mayors, Archie's fighting a totally different battle. Inside his own head.
Oh, definitely. The script really digs into the psychological fallout from the shooting. It's dark.
He's not sleeping in his room. He's downstairs watching the doors.
Hyper-vigilant.
Yeah.
Paranoid. Convinced the shooter is coming back to finish the job.
He even says he feels crazy. He knows something's wrong.
Yeah, he has that self-awareness. Which makes Veronica's suggestion seem so sensible.
Talk to the school counselor. She mentioned she saw a therapist in New York.
Right, for her Park Avenue drama, as she calls it. A bit flippant, but the advice is sound. Professional help.
But Archie just rejects it. He won't go.
No. And this is where it gets really concerning. Instead of therapy.
He goes to Reggie. For uppers.
Yep, amphetamines, modafinil, baclofen. and that infamous Riverdale special Jingle Jangle.
He wants to stay on high alert. He's choosing chemicals over coping.
It's a huge red flag. Self-medicating trauma with stimulants, that's a recipe for disaster.
And it blows up almost immediately with that Reggie prank.
Right. Reggie puts on a hood, messes with him, and Archie just snaps, tackles him. Full-on attack mode.
Reggie calls him a dumbass lunatic for bringing a bat to a gunfight, basically.
And it shows how far gone Archie is. He's not thinking rationally. It's all fear, instinct, and this need for confrontation.
And then, into this mess comes the news about Mrs. Grundy.
Tragic news. Found murdered in Greendale. Which, for Archie,
Instantly connects the dots. Or thinks he does.
his traumatized brain needs a single enemy, so he decides it has to be the same person. The shooter is now targeting people Archie cares about.
First, you get shot. Then, Ms. Grundy is murdered. He lays it out like it's obvious.
But the details we get from the script, via Alice Cooper's source, they just don't line up.
Right. Grundy was strangled. With a cello bow. That's specific. Intimate.
No forced entry. Sounds like she knew her killer. Alice's contact calls it a crime of passion. Hatred.
Totally different vibe from a masked gunman shooting up a diner.
Completely. But Archie tries to force it. He brings up Grundy's gun, her abusive ex-husband.
Suggests the ex is the shooter, sending him a message. He's desperate for his theory to be right.
But Sheriff Keller shuts that down too. The ex has an airtight alibi.
So the official line is, different weapon, different method, different town, probably not connected.
Makes sense. But Archie doesn't buy it. He tells his dad, the guy's still out there.
He rejects the official explanation. Just like Jughead rejected the mayor. He thinks the cops are wrong, or maybe incompetent.
Leaving him feeling like he's totally alone, he has to protect himself.
Which leads him straight to Dilton Doily and Sweetwater Bridge.
Yeah, that secret meeting. For protection. A gun. Archie Andrews, Golden Boy, is now armed, paranoid, probably high on uppers, and acting outside the law.
The transformation is terrifyingly fast. Victim to potential vigilante in one chapter.
It's massive foreshadowing. You just know this is going to end badly.
Okay, so we've got Jughead indebted, Archie armed. What about the Lodges and the Coopers? More moral compromise.
Oh, big time. Especially within the Lodge family, Veronica finally confronts them.
She asked Hiram straight up about the timing, right? Fred gets shot right after saying no to the Sodale deal.
She implies Hiram ordered it. He denies the shooting part, but, you know, it's Hiram. The denial feels thin.
But then she brings out the letter. The threatening letter sent to Hermione.
And this is where the real betrayal comes. It wasn't Hiram who sent it.
No. Hermione confesses. She wrote it. To herself.
Unbelievable. A calculated manipulation, threatening herself to scare Veronica into lying for Hiram while he was in jail.
Her justification. To survive.
What?
To be a family again.
It just shatters Veronica. She thought her mom was the good one, the victim. But no, she was playing the game too. Ruthlessly.
Veronica's reaction is perfect, though. You two deserve each other.
And that line, the blindfold's off. That's her breaking point. She sees them clearly now. Which frees her up in a way.
Frees her up to fight them, maybe. Meanwhile, Betty's facing her own moral crossroads to help FP. She needs Cheryl.
And Cheryl's having none of it. Understandably, really.
Yeah, her reasoning makes sense from her perspective. She wants FP to fry. She doesn't want a living, breathing reminder of Jason's murder walking around.
Her grief is like a shield or a weapon against Jughead's family.
So Betty's backed into a corner,
Mm-hmm.
and she plays her ace. A very dark ace.
The video. She saved a copy of Clifford Blossom shooting Jason on Jughead's laptop.
Whoa, that's the town's biggest, darkest secret.
And Betty Cooper, nice girl Betty Cooper, uses it as blackmail, pure and simple.
She threatens to leak it. Turn the Blossom family tragedy into a viral sensation.
Unless Cheryl testifies for FP, it's brutal, it's effective,
Yeah.
and it's a huge step for Betty.
Justified goal, maybe. Staving FP. But the method is pure extortion.
Absolutely. And Cheryl recognizes game. She folds, but with conditions.
Give her the video, erase all copies,
Uh-huh.
and the Vixens have to perform at Retro Night.
Huh. Yeah, a little bit of performative humiliation for Betty, but Cheryl's final line to her,
You're a stone-cold bitch, Betty Cooper.
said almost with admiration, right? It's like, welcome to the club. Betty's leveled up in ruthlessness.
So Cheryl agrees. What happens in court?
Cheryl lies, brilliantly, apparently. She testifies she overheard Clifford threatening FP, forcing him to comply with the cover-up.
Introducing coercion. Giving the judge an out.
Exactly, and the outcome isn't a full win, which is smart storytelling.
No, the judge acknowledges the crimes are serious, but in light of these revelations, He calls for a delay in sentencing.
Buys them time, keeps the hope alive for Jughead, but keeps the pressure on. Jughead himself calls it just a delay, not freedom.
Okay, so FP gets a temporary reprieve thanks to Betty's blackmail. What about Pops? Retro night.
Right, back to the community crisis. The big event is supposed to be the triumphant moment.
But first, Betty has to deal with her mom, Alice.
Who shows up ready to write Pop's obituary, calls it Requiem for Pops, calls Betty a fiend for even trying.
Alice is just peak cynicism here. She represents that giving up attitude Betty's fighting.
But Betty's learned a thing or two. She pulls a fast one to get a crowd.
Advertises the Pussycats are playing.
Yeah.
Even though Valerie's supposedly sick.
Yep. And Veronica, now free from her family illusions, steps in to perform. As long as she's front and center, of course.
Classic Veronica.
Yeah.
And the event, it works. It feels like a win.
Totally. Big crowd, energy. Even Fred Andrews shows up, looking better. The lodges are there, smiling. It looks like the community saved the day.
Until the other shoe drops.
It's the big one.
So,
Pop Tate finally admits who the anonymous buyer was.
Hiram Lodge.
Hiram Lodge. It was never about the fundraiser. He just bought the place.
Didn't donate, just acquired it. Lets Pop stay on as manager, but only in exchange for silence.
It's such a Hiram move. Don't destroy the symbol, control it. He walks back into town and immediately owns its heart. Corporate power wins. Again.
And Alice Cooper gets the last word, the brutal analysis.
Calls Hiram Riverdale's answer to Scarface. Says his help was just a power grab.
And then she drops the final bomb about the drug deals.
Right there. During retro night, jingle jangle being passed around between Reggie, Midge, Moose. The Haven became a marketplace.
And she blames Betty for it. Says she's almost single-handedly responsible for giving crime a haven in Riverdale.
Because saving Pops, in this twisted way, gave the Serpents a toehold on the north side and gave Hiram a controlled environment. The win is completely tainted.
So tying it all together, everyone got something, but the cost.
Immense. Pops is saved but owned by Hiram. FP has delay, but Jughead owes the snake charmer, and Betty used blackmail. They compromised everything.
And while this false victory happens at Pops, Archie makes his move.
Contrasting perfectly. The Fate Hope at the diner versus Archie meeting Dilton on that dark bridge, getting the gun.
The final narration says it all. He finally sleeps, gets the gun.
But wakes up to a living nightmare. The gun isn't peace, it's the start of something worse. His solution is just more danger.
So wrapping up, what's the big picture from Chapter 15? They won battles, maybe? Pop's still open, FP isn't sentenced yet.
But they lost the war for the town's soul, maybe? The cost was huge. Criminal debt, blackmail, and the town center is now mob-controlled territory.
And the key takeaway really seems to be the failure of the legitimate systems. The mayor, the police, the courts. They're ineffective or compromised.
Totally. Which forces our heroes into the shadows, into these moral compromises, just to survive. Their wins are dirty.
Which brings us to that final thought for you, the listener. We've got Archie, armed and paranoid. Jughead indebted to Penny Peabody. The Lodge's consolidating power.
And FP gave that chilling warning about the snake charmer. What kind of favor do you think Penny will eventually demand from Jughead, given her business model?
Right, it probably will be asking him to, pick up her dry cleaning. Is she going to pull him into the drug trade, use his serpent status, maybe leverage Hiram's new control over Pops?
What's the ultimate price Jughead's going to have to pay for that delay? That feels like the question hanging over everything.